because really it's another classic Holden-Ford confrontation at Mount Panorama this year.
It certainly will be. Oh, lights up the tyres. Heading up to 2 weeks' turn. Just listen to that V8.
Hi there, John Bowe here. I've got my new Grays.com shirt on, and I've come out today to tell you something very special about this very special car. Back in '88, this was an homologation special. There's very few manufacturers built homologation specials for Group A racing. I was racing in that era in a Sierra, which was the same thing, homologation special. The rules said you had to build 500 cars, 500 variants of the production car to be able to race it. And TWR, which was HSV, from Walkinshaw Racing, produced this car. And they're very rare now, they're very sought after. And this one is an absolute mint car. It's build number 198, I think it says on the number plate. It's got beautiful, beautiful body, beautiful paint, very low kilometres. It's got the original book. All the trim is in perfect condition. It's, you know, really something special. Now, all these bits on the bodywork were all wind tunnel developed in the UK, and although at the time it took a bit of stick as the ugly duckling, it was quite successful in the hands of the Holden racing team and Larry Perkins in particular. Larry was very, very good at making these cars work. So it's a real homologation special. There's a, you know, in the world of automotive, there were the M3 BMWs, which had versions 1, 2 and 3 Evos, and obviously the Ford Sierras, and eventually the Godzilla, which probably killed Group A racing, was also an homologation special, sorry. That's a big word. So we're going to have a little look around it, look at some detail, and I'm going to have a drive in it because I've never driven one. Right, so here we are. Where does that go? In there, hopefully. So you can see here the twin throttle bodies, the special manifold. If you took the plenum, I mean, if you took this off, you'd see 8 trumpets in there. This was all fed from this bonnet opening. Quite clever for the period, because you can see also it has vents here to let the air out, which is a bit of a problem in any sort of touring car. Dead standard as it came off the factory, and these were built in very limited numbers purely so that they could go racing. So they were built in HSV's factory, I think is out close to here in Dandenong, and yeah, a pretty special vehicle. It was a big progression on the Blue Meanie and the Brock Group A cars. So there was one after this, which was a VN Group A, very similar, but in a bigger body. So pretty special Holden. They don't come much more special than this. And if you want to use it as an everyday car, I believe they're quite drivable. That's why I'm very keen to have a little steer. I've never driven one of these, so I'm really interested to see how it drives. I've raced against plenty of them. In fact, 1990, Wyn Percy and Alan Grice won the Bathurst 1000. We had, Dick Johnson and I had an issue with the Sierras, so yeah, they were very good competitors, and that's what makes them extremely rare. They're only built so people could make them into race cars. They were an homologation special. There's been a few through the decades. Lotus Cortinas is one that comes to mind, but very, very special car. So I wonder if it drives as well as it looks. The beauty of this is it's so modern. It feels terrific. You know, it's got a beautiful silky gear change. really nice steering, power steering of course, so compared to the old supercars of the era, you know, the Falcon GTs and things like that, L34 Tiranas, it's, you know, it's not hard work to drive, it's actually easy to drive. And it's, I can't show you right at the moment, but in a minute when I can, if you open the throttle you can hear that induction noise from the twin throttle body, so it's almost like it had, you know, Weber carbs on it or something without air cleaners. It sounds really good. I'll let you hear the induction noise. Doesn't that sound great? These were really special cars, and I certainly didn't appreciate it at the time, but now I do. And this is a special version of a special car. Wow, well, I had never driven a Walkinshaw Group A car until now, so this has been quite a thrill. It's a terrific car. This is a magic version of a terrific car. So back in the day, they were, you know, looked at as being quite unusual because the styling's unusual, but it was all done for a reason. It was done in a wind tunnel in the UK by TWR Racing, which was Tom Walkinshaw Racing. Then they were built out here at HSV, and purely to be able to go racing. But as a road car, it's really nice. It's very sweet to drive. You could use it as an everyday driver if you're so inclined. So Grays will be putting this online in the next week or two, so keep an eye out on a Thursday. That's the day they go up, and seriously, you could not do any better than this car.
So if you'd like to keep up with everything that's happening in our classic car and bike department, why don't you join our Facebook page, Grays Classics Cars and Bikes. And also, if you'd like to keep up to date with the videos we do at Grays on classic cars and bikes, subscribe to our YouTube channel.